a friend of mine is going through a divorce, and I know you're about like, I am not going to divorce, I'm going to click off. No, wait, there is more to the story, okay? And obviously she's, grieving. And I remember, and I've been divorced for quite a few years now. And there was a moment, maybe a few months ago actually, that I was driving from some happy event. I was listening to some music in my car. I was singing, having a good time. It was like 20 miles drive. I had plenty of time for myself. And then this song came up, and it reminded me of my ex-husband. And I started weeping. And I couldn't understand why, because that's been a long time gone. I realized that I was grieving. The grieving of a version of me, and what could have happened if things went well. I was grieving the part of the things that I thought I'm going to do and I never got to do. Like, for example, I never had kids. That's not a thing to grieve. But then, how many times do we don't get our expectations met? And we think something will happen for us, but it doesn't. And even, like, I grew up with my dad being alcoholic, and obviously I would like to have a more peaceful childhood, but it didn't happen. I had to grieve about that too. To grieve of the childhood that I never got. Letting go of our grief is very important because it kind of accumulates in the body, makes you even physically ill. It can happen. But also it's not really making you too emotionally well. And obviously you're stressed out because you're continuously having this burden in you. So my advice, or just a question, maybe you can be courageous enough today and think about all of those things that you didn't get and grieve. Write a list of things and honor those feelings and allow it to pass. And grieve. Give yourself space for that self-care. And if you need more help, go to my website, beamazingyou.com, and book a session with me.